kind of wild blackberry bushes back here. Right here as well. All right. As you can see, I am in a completely different spot. I actually happen to be in town. And one of the main reasons I'm doing this is because I have people, when I do property patrols, I have people saying, I wish I had land. I wish I had land to patrol and things like that. You do. And it's not just about patrolling land. So as you can see, we're backing up here. We're actually, see, I live on the edge of town. Let me put this down. I live on the edge of town, and so across the street is fields, house, a couple of houses, things like that. But right behind me, boom, is all town. Kind of hard to see through the trees on the camera, but there's a house there, there's a house there, there's a street. And that's where really most of the town goes to. So how my house is set up, we have a street. A lot of people travel down it because it's a back street, and it can kind of take you to different parts of the town easily without going down through a lot of traffic lights. It's also a back way for drunks on the weekends. And but from my street to this street is 2 blocks, so there's actually a street missing in between. So we actually have a good little area. I'm in my neighbor's lot because my house, you know, when I always talk about property patrols and people, I got a small little area. Well, my house and the land that it sits on is tiny. I don't really have much of a backyard, and let alone a front yard. And that's just kind of the way it is. You know, I've seen the land layouts on the deed and stuff that I have, and I got the smallest lot of everybody. So the neighbors next to me have a lot bigger lot. I think they have probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 acres here, sitting here, and maybe 5. But they've allowed me to come back here. I don't do anything. Sometimes I film little pieces of videos back here and just demonstrating some, you know, like some of my camouflage effectiveness stuff, or those Russian orca suit video. I come back here because it's less cluttered than my backyard, and there's a little more room and whatever. But they allow me to do that because I don't do anything back here other than that stuff. But so yeah, I mean, but the point is, this is connected on to my property. Basically, the neighbors across the way and you know, each direction has areas. So you want to be familiar with your local city area, because that's my whole point, is that you can still get out and patrol and know your area, you know, in town. Now, you guys that are in big cities and stuff, you can do the same, but God help you, you're in a big city. I mean, I feel sorry for you. Big cities are nice to visit, go to a restaurant or something, but then get the hell out, you know, because we're in a moderate sized town here. I mean, we're in between 30 to 60,000. We have a big college here. So when college students are here, we have about 65,000 people. And then, you know, but this town is growing and expanding and has been. So we're not like a huge city or anything, but it is fairly good size. And it sucks. It's still too big, really, in my opinion. But what are you gonna do? You know, I mean, we're trying to get to the country ourselves. Where I do property patrols. I got 10 acres out there, and it's just a matter of selling and buying and all that. And The economy sucks right now for that. So, but anyway, my point is that you can still get out here and do stuff. Let me show you some other stuff real quick. All right, here I am. I'm in front of my house, my driveway, the main road I was just speaking about. Field across the street, house over here, house down there, houses next to me. All right, so just a regular old neighborhood. Happen to be on the edge of town, which I'm grateful for that. And but you know what I was saying though is that there's things that you can do, that you can look at and check your area for resources. I'm always saying, even in town, you can do checks for resources. Know your area, know where things are. And so way back there, see there's some trees right there, but way back there in that whole line, whole line that's back in the distance, that's a creek line, and it runs all the way down that way, all the way down that way. There's a bridge down there, and there's a bridge over there, and so there's water right there. There's water. A lot of trees around here. I've got a wood burning stove. If you got a fireplace, even in the town, look for like broken limbs, little pieces you can pick up, stash them, store them up. That way, I'm talking about when the lights go out, the grids go down, EMP happens, shit is totally not working. Your water's not working, your electricity's not working, your heat's not working, whatever. All that stuff. But you have the ability to be able to maintain yourself. Heat your home with whatever you can find. That right there, water is not that far. There's probably some kind of like creek. Maybe somebody's got an old well in their backyard, something, you know. And if you live in the city, there's still water resources around and stuff. I mean, I know that you're in a town, and I feel the same way, even about this town. You know, the water's polluted. You kind of got to be careful where you get it from and things like that. But you can boil it down. You can distill it if you have to. Distilling's not that hard. And hell, there's even a source of some kind of income and barter right there. Is if you can figure out how to distill stuff, like distill your own alcohol, you know, make moonshine, you know. And then, I mean, that's a commodity right there. I mean, if you figure out how to do it right and do it safely, man, people are always going to want liquor. So you can pretty much trade anything for that. But that's what I'm saying, is that the resources, like back there where I was at, there are deer trail. We have deer all the time. Sometimes they'll walk down the damn street. There's all kinds of stuff. And not just outside of town. We see them downtown sometimes too. They've even on the rut have like smashed into windows because they were seeing their reflection, thought that they were, you know, getting another deer or something like that, and have went into other buildings, you know, inside of buildings, like just downtown. So we have plenty of deer around here. There's other stuff too. All right, that's kind of my point though with the whole thing, is mostly for those people that don't have land to patrol, don't have a location where they can go to and do this stuff. You see me? I'm not all camoed up like I am when I go out there. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different deal. I'm dressed like I would be when I go to the store. I've got my pistol on my side, and I like to keep it covered up, because even though we're a constitutional carry state, open carry, all that stuff, I like to keep it covered up because I don't like to advertise. Even though that may not be the greatest concealment, hey, it's better than nothing. Also, like I said, this is for those people who are like in town. There are stuff that you can do. And look, when you get on Google Earth, Google Maps, your maps on your phone, whatever app that has maps where you can look at the street views of things and satellite images. Look at that stuff, because if you need to get out of town, because there's a main road up here, there's main roads back this way and things like that. And if they get blocked off, let's just say the military blocks off your or the police block off your exit from the town for some reason, like I said, I got fields across the street. I can just travel through there if I have to. Know your areas of escape and evasion. Know what routes to take. Have 3 or 4 different routes you can take just in case. Also, if you can drive out, and you don't want to take main roads, because like I said, we're a college town, and when there's big game days here, these roads get packed. Even the highway is packed and it moves slow. Can you imagine the whole town trying to get out of here? It's going to be just like you see in New York City, LA, where they're backed up with traffic jams. It's going to be the same thing. 30, 40, 50,000 people trying to get out of town. Know your avenues of getting out of here. There's like down this road, and each mile section, there's ways you can go north or south. And to be able to get out of here, for me, I'm going to be going south, which is going to be a lot easier than trying to go to the north, because then that way I have to pass through parts of the town. Or if I keep going further, because these roads they go miles and miles. Pretty much this road right here can take me damn near 70 miles east. So just in a back road. But there's mile sections each way that you can go north or south from. So look at that stuff. Get on the maps. Look where your creeks are, creek lines, things like that, where water could be, ponds, and just like I said, resources. If you need wood for heat, you're in a town, but you see a big wooded patch in a town that's close to you, go there, pick up some dry, dead limbs, things like that. Start storing them up. A storm's come by, knocks limbs down, pick them up, cut them up, break them up, use them. I'm talking, there's so many things that you can do, that can help get you by, and that's just in town. So when I say patrol your area, and like I said, this is for the guys who don't have much land or live in a town, look for your resources, because that's going to put you ahead of the game of everybody else who is out there going la da 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 da, don't know what to do. That way you'll know where water is, you'll know where some resources is. If you need to get out of town, you'll know how to get out of there, and you'll have 4 or 5 ways to make sure that you can get out as safe and as quickly as possible. So that's really my whole point of this video, is to, like I said, get out, know your area. Even if you don't, like I said, I got a small yard, small, but know your area. Get out and do it. Even if you live in a neighborhood, you live in a city, know where you can get things and where things are and how to get out of there and evade and escape and get, your life depends on it, it very well could. So even if you're in a lockdown situation, and you can't get out of the city, know where some resources are. Where, don't depend solely on government or whatever, institutions to help you out, because they're not coming to help you, believe me. And if they do, it's going to be a long time and too late. So, but that's why you also store up food, things like that, water, every necessities that you need, that where if you have to stay in, you have stuff. But know where resources are. Anyway, that's it. I'm just repeating myself, but that's the whole point of this video, is that while you're in town, you can do this. You can still do this. Just know your surrounding area, at least, for sure, just where things are within the, first mile or 2 of your area. Just look for little things. It doesn't even have to be a big creek line. It could be something, just, anything that could help better your situation totally. Anyway, that's it. That's my video. Keep it heavy.